I think this manager doesn't become a little bit more kind of less stubborn and brings a bit of flexibility to the team, I think it's going to be difficult for him and difficult for the club to say, right, this is going to continue. We are back with another episode of Rio Presents, and it's brought to you guys by Crafted. I'm wearing one. I got mine on here. I always wear mine. Do you know what I mean? So, guys,
to be fair,
you've got yours, no?
No, it was. I need to go get it. It's upstairs. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
know, I wanted to show the tap today, but no, I want to get mine.
I'm here with obviously Joe and Ste. The usual guys are back in town, and I'm delighted we're going to be announcing our first winner of the Crafted competition, guys.
Yes,
but we'll come on to all that later. I think there's a lot more to go on the title race.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
I said it on socials. I said, I'm going to be calm this season, right? No more cigars, no more mini trophies. I'm not going to put the pressure on ourselves, but I will say one thing. The mentality is of champions, bro. It is. That's a big win. We have to say that is a big win, right? The way we won it.
This is a game I think was a massive shift now in mindset, in belief, answering a lot of the critics that are out there. And I know that would have been hurting some of those players because I don't think a lot of them would have agreed with what's been said. And to go to Newcastle, which is a notoriously hard place since Eddie Howe's gone there, sometimes the manner in which you win sometimes is more important than anything. What I would say is before that, people would have been questioning. They draw that game or they lost that game, they'd been questioning it. What's happening with Odegaard?
Yeah.
Gabriel this, Gabriel that, probably.
Saliba, why did he start?
Yeah.
Did he not start?
They'd have asked loads of questions. There'd have been loads more questions than answers. But to win like that, all of a sudden, everyone goes woof, in together, becomes a unit. And those players who were substitutes who might have been going, oh, my nose is out of joint, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And now, I came on late and we won late, I'm part of it.
Yeah.
I'm now part of it. And that's the feeling that you can't put a price on, or you go, I would rather win like that than go and win at Newcastle 3-0. The change room is the maddest thing. You celebrate after the game and you go with your fans and it's like an unbelievable, there's a connection there and it's like, okay, you're back on side, there's a belief, right? But you get in the changing room that no one sees and there's more high fives in that moment than when you win a trophy sometimes. Because you know you've taken the game from the grasp of defeat almost, or even just dropping points, and it's like now we can start building, guys. Come on, let us just because you don't say it, but just because you're sub, you're still in tune. You got to be in tune because you can still have input, because you can still deal with this game. You can still win us the game. Moreno ain't bothered now being sub because he knows that he can come on and impact the game and have a feeling of jubilation that you get even if you start.
You still got Martinelli doing that.
Martinelli doing what he's doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Martinelli could be one of your most impactful players if he doesn't start all the games. It's just that as long as his mindset's right about not starting, but he can still have impact and it will still be appreciated. That's the key word. You still get appreciated. The squad players have to be appreciated as if they're starters as well. That's where my teams were great. There was no time that, even if he hadn't started for 7 or 8 games, that John O'Shea didn't feel valued in our squad. That Jason Park, when he weren't playing for a number of games, didn't feel... There was no time they were walking around feeling inferior to anyone. I'm a part of this because I know there's going to be a time when I'm going to be going to the Highbury and dinking over their goalkeeper and putting it in the back of the net and winning the game. There's no... I'm going to go to Anfield and score the winner. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Jason Park's done it to Arsenal and many teams, many a time where he's coming out of the shadows and scores a goal. It's like, there's huge value in these players. You don't win nothing with just a starting 11.
Hey, can I just pull you up a sec? Saying St James's is a hard place to go to. It must be because Newcastle can't even get a win there. Right? And you lot talking yourselves up, gassing yourself up. We've just had Hype FM in the building here, just getting absolutely giddy off the chain. Arsenal, who have you beat this season? United. And we are absolute gash. You beat Forest, who've just had to bin the gaffer off. And you beat Newcastle.
Yeah, Steve.
They're below us.
Let's go back to that. Manchester United is always going to be a hard game, and you guys even outplayed us, right? And when you look at Manchester...
Is it? Do you want to tell Brentford it's a hard game?
And when you look at Manchester City, right, again... It would have been good to win that game, but we didn't lose. You know, we came back, and you didn't win. You can excuse the celebrations, but then the next week, Steve, we went to St James's Park where we haven't played well at all in the last couple of years, and we got the win. So there's an improvement there already.
I'm with Joel on this.
Right. You know,
Yeah, they're going to win the league. Yeah, sound.
Yeah.
Nice one.
No, we're not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's moments in a season that you draw inspiration from. I believe that going to St James's, listen, it ain't. Teams might have beat Newcastle there, but it's not an easy place to go, man. Especially when the big boys come to town.
Exactly.
Paris Saint-Germain. I watched Paris Saint-Germain get slapped up at St James's.
Oh, man. But also, when you look at the importance, Rio, because Palace beat Liverpool. See, the issue with us, Steve, my problem in the past is you'll get opportunities to take advantage, and we haven't done so in the past, especially not last season. But the fact that we were able to do it this year, Rio, what does that mean?
How many times I was in a changing room and we were the second team playing who were rivaling for top of the table or something. So Liverpool is Arsenal's team they've got to look at all the time. Was where are they? What are they doing? Liverpool get beat. Now it's your turn. The spotlight turns onto you. That brings a different pressure. Can your team handle it? Can your players go out there and go, right, Liverpool have dropped points? Because in the change room, everyone will be giddy and going, oh my God, Liverpool got beat. Oh my God. Right, calm down. And the manager comes in, right, settle down. Listen, guys, we've got a job to do. You know what we're asking you tactically, but this is the moment. You do not let this moment pass without taking it. And that's what Arsenal done. So this game means so much to this team because there was so much riding on it. There was so many different areas where you go and they've got to capitalise here because if you don't, it's going to be another one of those seasons where they're just behind.
Steve, who is the strongest team in the Premier League at the moment then? Because clearly you don't think it's Arsenal.
There's only one undefeated team.
You're magic, though.
But they're third, though. They're still behind us, though, Steve. If we're looking at the table.
Yeah, but they've not spent $1 billion on idiots, have they? No, they're a team that gets rinsed, but meanwhile, they just keep plodding along. That's the strongest team. That's the team that everyone's got to look at. Not you lot. Who've you beat?
That's hating, Steve.
They just beat the champions, mate.
I do think Steve Liverpool I think are the team to watch. No, they are. Liverpool are the team. Liverpool are the champions. Liverpool got the most experience. You got to watch them. They're the team that everyone's got to chase.
He does, even though he's being negative, he does have a point about Palace, though, man. They've been...
Bro, Palace ain't winning the league. Let's have it right.
But
Palace ain't a threat. Man United can't win it, right? That's obvious. If I could ask for someone to win it right now based on what the league looks like, I'm saying I'd love Palace to win it. I'd be at Selhurst every week. I'd fly in from Dubai every week and just support them. Because I don't want News to win it, and I don't want Liverpool to win it.
You have to say.
And by the way, I swear to God, Joel, if you come second to Palace this
season,
my God, I'm going to die of laughing, honestly.
If Palace win the league and Arsenal come second, man. I am flipping the table. The lot is going up.
But we have to go back to that game, right? So on the weekend, Konate, he was criticised a little bit because obviously there were some mistakes, and I've been a massive fan of Konate, as you know, and sometimes you tell me to calm down and stuff like that. But he has been linked with a move to Real Madrid, and it looks like he's not going to re-sign his contract. I want to know what your thoughts on Konate and where he is right now.
Well, firstly, he's a top player. And the rumours about Real Madrid seem to be circling. It keeps going on for quite a while now. So there's an interest, or there's conversations been had, right? And Real Madrid's tact at the moment in a lot of recent years is to find players, top players, who they can get on a free, right? And that obviously unsettles those players, unsettles those clubs. But the conversation that Konate and his agents would have had to have is, right, Real Madrid are interested. Do you want to go? Yes. Are you willing to wait another year on a free transfer? And with that comes a lot of pressure and scrutiny, because the stories will start coming out that you're waiting to go to another club like Real Madrid and you're just going to sit there on your contract to go on a free. Can you still deliver performances under that type of pressure and scrutiny? Konate has to sit there and go on his broad shoulders, yes, I can. Let's go. I'm going to do it. Not a problem. We're now in that. And we're now going to get an answer as to, can he be the guy that can actually get through a season unscathed, or is he going to start getting chipped away at, and is it going to affect his personal performance? We're now going to see, because there's no way that Konate has a bad performance last season and he's getting headline treatment. It's only because the interest of Real Madrid, and there's going to be disgruntled fans and people in the media that support Liverpool who are going to now start pointing the finger and blaming him. Or whenever there's a little mistake here, and if there's blame to be put between two people, he'll probably get it now because of that situation. So are you equipped to take that pressure on your shoulders and still perform? That's the question we're going to get an answer to.
What's the crack when you've been sort of the spotlight of a move like that? Is it distracting? How's that work?
It was an unwanted pressure. I didn't want it. I don't think I'd be one of those who could sit and just play knowing I was sitting it out and it was just murmuring in the background and it just kept rearing its head. That would affect me, I think. I'd either want to come out and say, guys, I've had a great time here. I've won loads of trophies, but I'm going to go to Real Madrid at the end of the season. I'm going to give you everything, fully committed, but I just need to be up front with you guys. And I'm going to go Real Madrid. I've got an agreed deal there. Let's go. When he can say that, I think you should say it as soon as possible. The same what I said about Trent. Speak early, shut people up.
Rio, in the last couple of weeks, Mikel's been criticised because the handbrake has been on. Why is he not going for the win? Why is he not going for it? The way we set up, we have to say, man, playing Eze in the number 10 role. Do you reckon we were going too hard on him as the media, or do you reckon he's listened to what was going on and he said, you know what, maybe I need to switch it and adapt?
I think that's the question I would love to see Arteta asked. I think, why didn't you not, normally when you sign a player, Wirtz has gone straight into the Liverpool team. Normally when you sign a player, they go straight in, for big money. Why was Eze not playing? Was he not sharp enough in training, or was it that tactically you wanted to make sure you got him up to speed? Or was you just a little bit hesitant and being a bit conservative? And then we know where we are. Eze, when he gets the ball, he just always looks like he wants to hurt you a little. He wants to go forward and drive with the ball or play a pass and run. The speed of the game quickens up when it gets around him. He can slow it down and then go bang. And that's what I like about him. And I think that's a difference that I see with the Arsenal team when he's in it now. And I think he's a huge bonus and a definite new weapon that you have to utilise him on a regular basis. And they're going to work out the best ways to utilise him as the season goes on, as they get to know him more.
This season, to be fair to Arteta, he's actually changed 2 or 3 things. He hasn't just slotted in Gyökeres and gone, okay, everything stays the same except a new number 9. He's changed the shape in midfield. You've brought the likes of Eze in, who's a different thing altogether to what you had previously. You've got the depth coming off the bench a little bit. So I've not actually worked out entirely what plan A is with you guys, what the sort of, what's the primary function of when you get into the final third or anything like that. I've not actually figured you out yet because you've been shit, I'll be honest with you. You've come up against teams that you've struggled against and you've had real scrappy games where you've had to kind of go for it in the last 10 minutes. And you can't recognise a team shape in those instances. That's not... Teams aren't playing plan A in the last 10 when they're trying to get a result, are they? So it's hard to try and work these out at the moment. What is the instruction? I can't tell what your instruction is at the moment because you've been chasing games, and to be fair, you've actually gone and pushed and got results, but it's hard to identify and analyze exactly what you're trying to do. I still stand by the fact that the way you were playing with Havertz was fundamental to the way you guys were playing, and I don't think you've been quite as dominant this season by changing that, but that could just be teething problems.
Why do you keep saying that we've been rubbish, bro? We've had some decent results. If you're looking at Leeds, you're looking at Nottingham Forest, even the way we played against Newcastle and second half against City, what's all of this about?
Results aren't performances. You got a good result against United, but you was crap. Because even though you were dominant with the ball against City, you were crap.
For a half? Because
you had no penetration whatsoever. You had nothing in the final third.
I think that's the difference. I think you guys have you're not playing with the fluidity that we've seen Arsenal play over the years. Do you watch Arsenal right now and go, "Right, we're playing some sick football"?
Some games, yeah. No, there's more than some games. Yes, you're not. Come on.
Not like you were with last season.
I don't understand. No, last season we were being criticised for being set piece FC. So all of a sudden people have forgotten about that. We're doing the same thing we did last year.
No, the fluidity ain't there. I mean, Saka came on against, was it City?
Yeah.
You started to look something a bit like what we'd seen before, the ball getting into him, a bit more movement, etc.
Yeah. The mad thing for me, results with performance.
You
know the thing for me about Arsenal, which I keep looking at and thinking, right, this is mad. What's Skellyy done? What's Lewis-Skelly done?
I don't know.
What is he? You come on at 80-something minutes, just like, and listen, the replacements of an Italian international is a good player. Don't get me wrong. I like him.
Yeah.
But sometimes you've got to do something wrong to come out of the team, surely. Or is it just like he's played a lot of football, young kid, we're going to give him a breather?
I don't get it, though.
I'd love to know what's happened.
I don't get it. I spoke to some guy yesterday. I say some guy, a friend of mine called Foller. And he was saying he reckons Calafiori is a more complete player.
No way.
I'm like,
no way.
Is he all right?
Lewis-Skelly is better on the ball in midfield.
Yes.
And I didn't see him get beaten defensively, really. I mean, he got a few situations, red cards, etc. But, mate, I see him playing big games and looking so unfazed. It was a joke. I can't believe he's not in the team.
It's true.
Do you think it's because Calafiori's better in the air and they are Stoke FC?
Yeah. I reckon because like defensively and attacking-wise, bigger stature, a bigger threat in their box and better defensively in the air.
Because Skelly's good. Skelly's, I think his passing's good. I like how he dribbles with it. But actually, he ain't a defender.
No, he's not. He's originally a midfielder. So, yeah.
You know, whereas Calafiori is a defender and he's a unit and he's great in the air. Like, is it that?
Yeah, but I think if you watched Skelly, right, and you never knew his background, right, never knew his age or anything like that, I don't think you're sitting there from the performances we saw last year and going, he's not a defender. I think you're going, he can bloody defend, but he looks unbelievable in the ball and controlled when he's in possession as well, and he can go into midfield. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, look, Woltemade versus Gabriel. Rio, you've been screaming there isn't no old-fashioned defender-striker battles out there, but we saw one, right? That looked good.
Yeah, I like the slap Gabriel gave him.
Yeah.
But I liked equally the response that he weren't having it. I love that, like the back and forth. I like that. I thought he should have gone on more. There should have been a bit more. But I think he's a striker. Even his interview after, very German. He's not having it. He won't accept no rubbish. He's going to say what he sees, and if he thinks it's wrong, he's not having it, and he'll show you in the way he plays. And I just thought that there was a bullshiness about him. He's 6'6", man. So you expect him to be able to handle himself, and I think he made it uncomfortable at times for your centre backs. And I think that's a different kind of prospect now that they've got, a different reference points that Newcastle have now got. They've got to play into it. That's gone back to more the Shearer, the Andy Carroll, Amiobi stature and being able to play a ball into him, where Isak's a bit more fluid and could move and do things and create something out of nothing. So I'm interested to see how he does, because I think it was a big surprise in Germany. I was with Bastian Schweinsteiger in South Korea and I was asking him about him, and he said, listen, there's no way a German team would have paid that money.
Wow.
No way. I'd go as far maybe to say he might not even be worth that right now. You're obviously buying potential, but when you're desperate as a club, you can the selling club can hike the price, and the Premier League have a different rate to what a German team would have if Bayern were interested. I think if Bayern were going to buy him, it would have been around 30 odd million, not what we ended up being. So. But he said he has obviously got a talent there. He showed you see him in the 21s tournament in the summer.
No, I didn't see him.
He scored some goals, assists a lot. He was brilliant. But he's got a talent, this kid, and he's got a. I'm interested to see how he develops and what he becomes.
I agree on it was nice to have a bit of a throwback centre forward, centre half battle. I hate that tackling's almost illegal nowadays. Like, contact is contact. Contact isn't a foul, and I think people forget that. You see people looking at, well, there was contact. Oh, cool, but it's a contact sport. Contact doesn't equal foul. And I like how, he's a big old bruiser, man. And again, he offers them something entirely different to what Isak gave them. And probably it's going to take a little bit of time for them to figure out how to play to his attributes. He will do all right, I think. I don't think he's on Isak's level, but I think he'll do all right for them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Before we go on to Manchester United's latest defeat, last episode we spoke about our new partners, Crafted. You're blinging right there, Rio. You are blinging.
Yeah. Of course. But you know what? Listen, we got them on board. They're here for a season, and I think we'll be talking about their products and what they produce, and they're going to help us out with a little bit of fashion stuff and how you put it together here and there. I think one of the big things is when we were talking to them is about, they were so kind of adamant about rewarding viewers and listeners. And I think that just speaks to us. We're massively into the community and in obviously the comments, but also building that community and talking to you guys, listening and reacting to you. So all of you subscribers and listeners and viewers, you're going to be involved in some of the competitions and loads of giveaways. With that being said, I'm delighted to announce that Tom Kavanagh has won the first prize from Crafted,
Come on,
our new
Tom.
partners. So well done, Tom.
Done.
Someone from the team will be in touch, so make sure you just stay there. They'll arrange everything for you guys, and make sure we'll see you at the recording at some point soon.
What did he win £1,000 crafted voucher?
Well, I'll tell you what he won. He won a trip to London with an overnight stay.
Wow.
All travel and expenses paid for. Backstage access to watch a Rio Ferdinand Presents podcast live here in London with us. You could have been here.
There.
And £1,000 crafted voucher.
Wow.
Nice. You can get a lot for that on there as well, you know.
Anyway, guys, listen. Let's move on to Manchester United. Absolutely getting slapped up.
I'm just going through a tunnel.
What'd you say, bro?
I'm just going through a tunnel.
Yeah, oh, okay, cool. I'm sure. Mate, what is going on? You know, forget your win against Chelsea. I thought you were going to do back-to-back, Trio. Don't go on your phone now. Don't go on your phone.
Got to speak to a few people.
Really? Do you want to start?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Where do you start, man? Jesus. I mean, thinking about this since the result came in, and I was like, right, the pod's coming on Monday. Where do we go? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with the manager about being stubborn and about saying, I am what I am and I play a certain way, right? But what I will say, you've got to start seeing at some point some indicators that suggest that actually, yeah, we're still rolling with the punches, but I'm seeing really strong indicators that are suggesting that we're going to turn a corner and we're going to start turning this around and build momentum. We haven't won a back-to-back game since January. The signals aren't consistent enough for me to go, I'm really with this, and it's bringing me more from hope to real belief. And the defining factor and point is none of what is being showed through data as which is there's an improvement from last season is now rolling into points. That's the killer. It's not rolling into wins. And like it or not, this game is about winning. Yes, you need to see improvement, but you have to win as well to build confidence and to get the team moving. So the manager's looking to build confidence in the team. So at some point, you've got to go, you know what? I've got my principles and the way I want to play, but I have to become a little bit adaptable and flexible within that. Not wholesale changes to the structure and the team, but a couple of little tweaks here and there to enable my team to move on and get a bit more comfortable. I think the players, I don't know if enough of them or any of them play through instinct with and without the ball now. Bruno's probably the only one with the ball who plays within, and Cunha, and Ahmad, them three probably with instinct. Mm-hmm. The way they're set up as a team, I think, especially in key situations, they're probably playing off. I hope I'm doing what the manager wants here, because it's a formation and way of playing that none of them are really accustomed to playing. I think there's only probably Cunha, Dorgu, the goalkeeper, and Sesko, who are probably playing in positions that they're used to playing all the time, and in a way that they play. All the others, I think, are having to adapt and to learn a new way of playing, and that can't be totally right. And I think you've got to sometimes look at the players that you've got and go, I need to play them. And again, I was at the beginning of the season, Bruno's going to play in a deeper role, and I was like, he can do it, but at the same time, are you going to get the best Bruno? No. Do you know what I mean? And then are you going to get the best Bruno that's going to get then the best out of the Seskos, the Cunhas, the Mbeumas because he's a bit deeper? That's like saying I'm going to play Haaland right wing. Would City play Haaland right wing?
No.
Would Arsenal play Declan Rice right back? Like your best players, would they play Saka left back? Because he can play there. Would they play him left back, Arsenal? No. You're playing your best. Would they play Salah centre forward, Liverpool? No. So I'm saying you find the best player in your team, the best position to play, I think. And I'm for giving the manager time, and that's why I was like, I'm not going to jump on his back. He might have seen something different. He's going to create something different with Bruno a bit deeper. I can see why he's doing it. I don't fully understand it, but let's give him a bit of time. I'm sorry. You got your best players. I played with great players. Ronaldo's not playing centre midfield. He ain't. Rooney's not playing right back. He could play there. He might be our best player at right back. He can't play there though. His best position is at centre forward.
So are you saying that basically the system's wrong?
No, I'm not saying the system's wrong. I'm saying
because you mentioned flexibility what does that actually mean in your eyes? Because to me, it sounds like you're saying, bro, they can't play in that formation.
Yeah, I am. I think we've tried hard enough to find a way to it suits the players, and you're seeing it. And I don't think that these players are playing off instinct enough. Football's an instinctive game. The moment you take that completely out of the players, especially without the ball, you're at a loss, I think. And I think that's where Man United are at the moment. I think this manager doesn't become a little bit more kind of less stubborn and brings a bit of flexibility to the team. I think it's going to be difficult for him and difficult for the club to say, right, this is going to continue.
You can have the philosophy you want, right? And you can want to play football a certain way. And the biggest person that's done that was Pep Guardiola. And his first season in England, what did he say? Man, these second balls have done my head in.
Yeah.
And he had to adapt and he had to learn. And that's not turning your back on how you see football being played. That's adapting to the specific circumstances you find yourself. You might want to play a big target man and have runners off him. If you ain't got a big target man, you can't just be like, well, we'll just lose every game until I get a big target man. You have to find a way to win. This isn't art. You're not employed for the most beautiful expression that you can create of football. You're employed to win. Now, how you go about that winning is how your philosophy is. But the winning is the important part. You're not coaching under eights. You're not developing 16-year-olds. You're required to win. At elite sport, you are required to win. And if you don't, you find yourself out the door. And I think the writing is on the wall for him now. I don't think it's a case of if. I think it's a case of how much longer does he get. And I'd be surprised if it's another month, to be honest with you, the way it's gone.
Steve, why now are you saying that the writing's on the wall after the Brentford game? Why is it the Brentford game that's brought you to this point?
Because I'm seeing the same mistakes. I think having all week to focus on the game at the weekend, I expected there to be progression. I expected to be able to come in every single week and see something new that we're doing. I expect us to be able to identify an issue that we saw in July and by August and September have moved towards fixing that issue. I'm not expecting us to play perfect expression of football. I didn't think going into this season we had a single midfielder which fit the profile that system requires naturally. So someone was adapting either way. So I thought that was going to make it a little bit clunky. I thought we upgraded the forward line and that would yield goals. I do think they look better. The goals aren't really coming from it yet. But then you look at the way we're defending and that transition in midfield. If that's Ruben Amorim's ideal, and I can only presume it is because he's refusing to change it. Because if he was demanding the players change it, or if he was saying what they're doing on the pitch is not what I want, then he would act by either dropping them or something. Like we would see evidence that wasn't what he wanted. So the fact that we don't see any evidence of any attempt at changing it or dropping players to find someone who will do what he wants, I can only presume the way we get transitioned on is he's all right with it. And that's not what he's looking for. He's looking for other stuff. He's trying to fix other stuff, I can presume.
So, Rio,
but for me, it's the worst aspect of us. And then it's not just that. There's other things like this. Yeah, you can probably go through every single goal we've conceded this season and say it's individual errors. But we signed a new goalkeeper. But the one that we continue to play is shite. We haven't had a clean sheet all season. We've signed a goalkeeper who's got the most saves on earth last season. And he's in the 99.9 percentile for crosses. Manchester United at the moment are conceding 60% of the shots that go against us, and we couldn't handle a cross if it was going to save our life. Meanwhile, you've got the guy that can do the most saves and handle crosses just chilling on the bench. Just hanging out on the bench. Meanwhile, I only got told this from someone at the ground because none of the TV replays shown this. When United lost the ball, Bayern was drinking a drink and panicked and threw his drink away. I'll ask you this, Rio, because I know you got one of your lads as a goalkeeper and I wonder what your thoughts on this. If you're going to play a high line and Harry Maguire, he needs a pasting for being 10 yards off the line for starters and flapping, because that caused a massive issue for us. And so does the manager, because I identified this on Friday, that you can't play against Thiago and Sharda with 3 of the slowest players in the Manchester United squad.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Lenny Yoro was the
couldn't believe-
first name on that team sheet this week just to deal with that.
play. I agree. Go on.
So, for starters, the manager didn't learn or didn't do his fucking homework on Brentford prior to that game. So that's why, for me, I think the writing's on the wall. That's one reason. The second reason, you continue selecting Bayern. Now, the finish was immaculate. It's a postage stamp. It's in the corner. It's a sensational finish. But if you're playing a high line, at what level of goalkeeping do they tell your goalkeeper to stay in the 6-yard box? If you're playing a high line, do you not expect your keeper to be pushing to the edge of the box to close that down?
Yeah, the first thing I'm doing, if I'm playing high, the conversation in the change room before we go anywhere is, listen, when we've got the ball and I'm on the halfway line, get out of your box. Stay out of your box. My lad's a keeper, and I'm panicking sometimes how high he is when he plays. So I'm thinking, Jesus, if they get their head up and lob it, it's in the goal. But this is how they're playing now, on the front foot. But listen, I've not seen the keeper being out there. But when I look at it, because we can all talk about what's wrong. What's the solution then? What's the solution?
But my question to you is, how would you like the team to be set up then? Because you're both saying, what all these issues and what you see wrong. How would you set up the team?
I would go back, and the manager says this. Oh yeah, but in the game we're not just strictly a 3-4-3 team. We roll around into different formations. I don't know, the psychology of the players will be different, I think, and it seems like that to me. If they played 4-2-3-1, I think you've got all the players playing in the positions that they're super comfortable in. You've got 2 centre midfielders out of 3, probably, in Casemiro, Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo to play in there, right? And then you've got 3 across the front. Anyone from Ahmad and Mbumo, Cunha, Mason Mount, even Mainoo, all of them and Bruno can all play in their positions anywhere across that front line, and they're all happy as Larry anywhere. And Skellyy up front. But you've got Bruno, who actually can be in the 10 role where he has produced astronomical numbers consistently since he's been at the football club. That I don't think it's rocket science. I just think everyone's probably looking at it and thinking the same thing.
Rio, I fix this by Friday. I get down there for 11:30, right? The Mondials are in the car. I'll be there for 11:30. I'll sort this by Friday, right? 3 things. Yeah? You ready? We start here, right? It's not a formation change. You can keep the 3-4-3, but we've got to change the implementation of it. We go 3-2-2-3, okay? You can continue to have Dorgu raiding up and down that left-hand touch line. That kid is an absolute animal. He is a duel-winning monster. He just gets about... Joey had more duels than passes at weekend, right? Not great, admittedly, but I love the mentality on him, right? So I'm keeping him in the team. That's sound. You can have your back 3. It needs to be Yoro on the right. It has to be De Ligt in the middle. And it has to be, once he's fit, Martinez, but I'll take Aiden Heaven for now because we need pace in that back line. You cannot play a high defensive line if you've got slow defenders. So Harry Maguire, you're going to have to come and play 15 minutes at the end because clearly Ruben's going to make a sub for the last 20 minutes for a centre-half anyway. But by then, I've won the game for us, so don't worry about it. You can come on and see the game out for us. Or if we need you to go up front and go and get us a goal, you can do that. But you're going to come on, Harry Maguire, super sub, trademark it, right? The midfield is where it changes. He's going to persist with playing Bruno. So how do we make it work? You're playing with Ugarte and you invert Mazraoui as your right wing back because Mazraoui offers you nothing in that final third. So when we get in possession, Mazraoui comes in and he occupies the 6 alongside Ugarte. And that's our rest defence. Mazraoui, Ugarte and the back 3. Then if we get transitioned on, you've got 5 players there that can capably defend. And that leaves us with Bruno, Cunha, Mbumo, Sesko, and Dorgu to do the attacking. It's not a change, it's a tweak. And that little tweak just makes us harder to play against. This United team needs to be harder to play. So the first thing is we tweak it 3-2-2-3. The second thing is you get Bruno a little bit higher up the pitch where he's actually effective. I don't need Bruno doing like a B-Tech Kante role, making tackles and interceptions and blocks. What is the point of that? You were saying it before, like you wouldn't have Wayne Rooney doing all that just because he can. Get him effective. Bruno's the highest chance creator in the Premier League. Why are we playing him deeper? Get him where he's effective and going to actually win games for us, further up the pitch. And then the third thing we do, let's put a goalkeeper in net. I know that's a bold decision, but let's put a goalkeeper in there. You've signed Lemens, let's play him. 3 things, Friday, sorted. I'll get us 3 points at Old Trafford, and we'll walk off into the sunset.
I like it. See, I feel invigorated by that there. I'd go with that. I'd go with that, but I think if I'm another manager and I'm hearing Man United's manager go, we are not changing a thing. We are who we are now. We're going to continue doing that. That makes my preparation so much easier because I know it's not going to change.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going into. I know exactly. I might not know the personnel perfectly, but I've got a good idea. And I'm not really being questioned a lot in terms of like, should I do this? Should I do that? Right, I'm setting out and we're going to do that, and he ain't going to change from it. Makes it easier. Like there's got to be a bit of a
element of surprise.
Unless you're Man City or the last 6-7 years, or Liverpool the last couple of years, where they've got a right to go, we are who we are because we beat everyone. We're hoping to get results against Brentford and teams like that. You can't sit there with your chest out going and talking ignorant like that.
I do feel your pain. By the way, you mentioned Wayne Rooney there. The interview on the channel, bro. I thought Michael Owen went viral. Yeah,
it was mad.
Wayne Rooney has just gone absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, because Rooney's got a bit of personality and he's a genuine superstar. Mate, I'm watching anything Wayne Rooney's in, so yeah, loved it.
I think he's the greatest English player this country has ever produced.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, better than me?
Honestly,
no, he's top.
Rio, did you find out if that stat that I sent you was real?
What one was it?
That you and Vidic have never lost a game that you've started together at Old
I've
Trafford.
got to find it. I've got a stat guy I'll have to send it to. I'll get back to you.
You got to make sure you use those stats because I saw you on HMRC, Rio, last week.
Oh yeah, what was what he said?
It was something about a thumbnail. Like I think you tweeted.
Yeah, you know what I've got to say. Yeah, it was such a.
It was light.
It was such a light. Like it was almost desperate. I need better than that. You got to come. You got to come with better receipts than that.
Corral.
Yeah.
Come on now, mate.
You know what I mean? I'm supporting you since the beginning, bro. Like, don't come for me so early like that. It's a bit light. You
And he went for Ste as well.
Yeah.
Because Ste said, what did you say? That someone would be Ballon d'Or. Who was it?
Robbie Keane. I fucking stand by it. Do you want me to say it again?
Do it,
This
mate.
is a shit generation for strikers. And people was all like, Robbie Keane. Yeah.
Robbie Keane was a player, by the way.
He was a player, but you went over the top with Ballon d'Or. I'll be honest with you. And I didn't hear you, so I was like, oh, yeah, because of the connection. But I love Robbie Keane, but Ballon d'Or is a bit too far, I reckon. You know,
Scott McTominay's just been nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Don't tell me Robbie Keane is a worse footballer than Scott McTominay because he's not.
We spoke about winning it. There's a difference, right? Like, winning it is different. Nah, sorry. I think you're off with that one.
Oh, can I just, before we go, can I just say, how entertaining is the Ryder Cup, guys? You might not have watched it.
No,
Steve, did you watch it?
I was at NFL.
No, I'm not watching golf, Rio. Behave yourself.
Nah, I don't really, listen. I'm not like someone. I've got to tune in that there's a big tournament going on over there, whatever.
Yeah.
But the Ryder Cup, that gets me, man. I've got to go out and I'll go online and order some golf gear.
Really?
Never use it. Or I'll get a glove. Like I'm going to go down a driving range. I might go and hit a few balls and think, right, I'm feeling like Tiger. But the Ryder Cup, man. You know what was wicked this year is that there was like heckling. Yeah. And there was like there's etiquette at the golf, and they hold themselves to a higher kind of grade, and so they don't do the heckling and jeering and stuff like that. This year, the American supporters just said, forget that. Yeah. We're going to heckle these guys and try and put them off. And Rory just went, you know what? All right, guys, I am ready, and produced some mad, and him and the Europeans produced a mad performance, right? And it off the back, straight off the heckling, went bang, 3 yards from the pin, and was walking down the fairway going, it was unreal. It's like being at a football match on immaculate grasses, an immaculate green.
You know what? You got to put me on now because I've been.
No, you got to watch it. I want to go.
Yeah.
Anyone who's organising the Ryder Cup, get me there, please. Invite me. I'm coming, please. I need access all areas.
It needs a +1 or 2 as well, by the way.
We should go, man. I want to go.
Well, anyway.
Sorry, as well. Every time an American picks up a golf club in Ireland, I think it is next, I am going to be there screaming. I'm going to have my phone on a mad like ring alarm and stuff like that. I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to bring football to the golf.
Rio, just before we finish, we should talk about your recent trip to Saudi, man. Chilling with the stars. You and Ronaldo, Cristiano, tapping each other. Hey, bro, how you doing, bro? Hey.
Yeah, my missus comment. I had to go to my missus. So listen, you can't be baiting me out like that in front of everyone.
And I saw Steve's one as well. Ooh, Frank. friends. Like, oh my gosh. And then obviously you was with Benzema as well.
Yeah, Benzema. Laurent Blanc, who I played with at United as well. No, it was nice to just go there and just like see some of the guys, catch up. First and foremost, it's just nice to go there and get my own take on what the football's like out in Saudi.
Yeah.
What the football culture's like, more importantly. And, boy, you got to go, man. The atmosphere is nuts.
Really? You was with Thermania, right?
Yeah, I went with Thermania.
Yeah.
Break, they one of my partners as well. We were there on the ground. And so you're going into the ground, there's people there 2 hours before the game.
Was that because of the Ronaldo and Benzema effect?
I don't know. I think what I'm hearing is like Jeddah have they've got a bit of a cultish following. There are two teams there, which is a bit different from anywhere else in the Saudi. So that's the type of stuff I'm going to find out. So I'm going to go there again. I want to find out, is it different in Jeddah compared to Riyadh, compared to other places that they play football there? But what I will say, these guys know their football. They're passionate about their football.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere in the stadium was better than some of the games I've been to in the Premier League.
What about the quality? Because, sometimes there's this talk about the quality in Saudi is not as good and,
Well, yeah, watch Ronaldo's goal that he scored when I was there. His movement.
Yeah.
It's no different to what he's been doing the last 20 years. Like, it's just the movement was great. Mane set up a goal. Do you see Mane's goal?
Oh, man, no, I'm not going to lie.
If you don't, go and look at Mane's goal in that game. Left foot volley. There were players in the Premier League that will be fluffing that, and they fluffed it at the weekend. You got Benzema on the pitch. You got Diaby was at Villa last year on the pitch. You got Bergwijn on the pitch. You got Fabinho on the pitch. Kante still looks like he could play in Europe easily. Like you got all of these players, and you got a few local players that are in there that look decent as well. The right back for Al Nassr, he was really good. Really impressed me. 1v1 going against Bergwijn. It was really good. I found it very interesting to see the difference in what I've been fed in the media to what I saw in real life.
And I'm sure that the people there will appreciate it as well because you've done your due diligence firsthand,
Yeah, definitely. Sorry.
And I thought Steve was going to say something. I was waiting for it now.
Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Anyway, guys, we're wrapping it up. Thank you very much for watching Rio Presents. Steve started off negative, but he got into it in the end.
I thought Steve were brilliant today.
Yeah, well done, mate. That was a great rant, by the way. I'm going to clip it up and watch it myself later on. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're watching the interviews on this channel. They're getting better and better.
We've got an unbelievable one coming in a couple of weeks, guys.
Yeah. Is it any hints?
He wore red.
Okay.
Postman Pat.
This guy. But yeah, I'm loving the interviews Rio meets. I'm loving Rio Presents. So guys, Joel Bayer, Rio Ferdinand, Stephen Alson, signing out. Arsenal winning the league again. Let me calm down. And we're out. Peace.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Rio Presents. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be here every Monday throughout the season, so tell your mates and all get involved, man. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address or use hashtag RFP on social. Make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed and you'll never miss an episode. See ya on the next one.